What's good, future millionaires? We back with another banger. I'm DecemberDeMarco, Fortune 500 marketer, here to share my insights of the market with y'all to hopefully help y'all become better informed investors. Salute to y'all for pulling up on the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, like button for the YouTube algorithm, and do not forget to subscribe. So we are back with one of the influential people in the Shiba Inu community. Shib Informer has made a tweet posing a question to the community asking, here it is. He says, let's talk some metaverse. Matter of fact, let me scroll it so y'all can see it. Okay. There we go. So he says, let's talk some metaverse. You buy, let's say, a land in the metaverse. You have it as an NFT, right? You break some terms of service and your NFT is blocked. How much this ban should last at maximum? So he's basically asking, how long should this ban be in effect? Now, we can see that the poll is over with over 1,105 votes. We got 46.6% for the highest vote of 6 months or less. Next was forever at 21.4%, and then we get 1 year at 20.7%, and then at 5 years we get 11.2%. Now, let's take a look at some of these comments. Well, actually, he goes on further to say, I wrote a proposal back when I was in the team about that. Didn't stay too long to see if it has been read by all, but this is an important issue and needs to be discussed in regards to true decentralization. I would just say that lifetime bans are bad in my opinion. I vote 1 year max. Keep in mind that by banning it forever, you are basically destroying the utility of your property. With no refunds, it is then your property. Is it then your property at all? Do you need permission from a MV team to exert ownership? If you are a blockchain developer, what would you like / expect to see? Okay, so that's the second question. So me personally, that's really hard to say. My first impression, now remember, none of this is financial advice. This is all my own opinion. And, sometimes my opinion can change as more information is, brought in. So keep that in mind. But off the bat, that sounds like a bad idea to me. Of course, there has to be some way to, keep up with policies or keep, the platform, safe and whatever for all. But at the same time, that's like asking if you buy some cryptocurrency and you violate some terms or something like that, should they be able to take your cryptocurrency? The problem I have with that is the fact that these terms can be something that you don't agree to. So if you're pushed into some terms that you didn't agree to and now you violate these terms, does that get, should they have the right to, take your land or, crypto? I don't agree with that fact. To me, decentralization, another reason, decentralization to me means nobody can stop it. No one can ban it. That's the whole point. If we're moving forward with the ability to ban and stop different things, then what's the point of it, even being called decentralized? Because then that means it's truly not. Decentralized means there's no central governing authority. So that's my opinion on that. I want to see what some of the people in the comment section are saying. I guess, if we did have to, find some time, let's say on the other hand, there was something that someone could truly do that I can't see just of yet. I don't understand all the different things, but someone, let's say we've seen before with the Shib team putting it out there that people were making basically like racial problems or something like that inside the metaverse, and they put out a warning against that. Now that's understandable, but in those cases then I think it should be, that's really hard to say, because it really depends on what's taking place. But I just don't like the aspect of them being able to block or stop something that you bought in a decentralized manner. Or we just need to understand that if that's the capability, that is not true decentralization. So let's take a look at a couple of these comments before we get out of here. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section. Someone says, when Shibarium, bro? 70% said this year. 29% said next year. Someone else says he's asking for the WEF, LOL. They want to know how long it's best to freeze someone's assets. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's asking for a WEF, but it's like, how long should you be able to freeze someone's assets? It's like, whoa. So he said, what are you talking about? So Shiba Informer replied to him saying, what are you talking about? Are we into conspiracy theories now? Everyone should be thinking and discussing these issues. Make your voice heard and debate. but with smart arguments, hopefully not dumb crap like this. So Supreme Sheep says, depends on the action. I say 30 for some and 3 months and forever depending on the level of discipline required. Some games permaban for cheating. I don't see any difference here. So that's that's an understandable fact right there. That's when we, if you violate the the platform or something in that sense, then maybe yes, if you're hacking and doing things like that to take other people's funds and scamming, then yes. But at the same time, we just have to understand it's not decentralized, then if that's the case. But Shiba Informer says the issue I would like to highlight is the property. If you are banned forever, you can't even sell it. A reasonable time ban would allow for the NFT to be resold and, more importantly, reused by a new owner. So that's a very good point there, because that utility or that land basically would be destroyed, essentially putting a hole in that space. Now it could be like if we look at it like coins or tokens removed from supply, making it deflationary, which essentially if the demand increases will make the remaining tokens in circulation more valuable. That's one thing to think about. But I just don't think that's that's one of those slippery slopes. So Vitri says this is not the right way to ask for suggestions. Only the people who owns lands will be able to answer. So that's a good question. But remember, this is him asking on his own will. So it's not a part of the actual Sheeb team asking, or else it should go through the DAO if you ask me. But Sheeb Tama says depending on what you've done. Ryoshi Bone says depending on the offense. I don't want to say that word on YouTube. They ban you for, or not ban you, but they they don't like that. So CP equals lifetime, which I can agree with that. Showing adult content to minors equals 6 months first offense and lifetime second. So I don't understand in that aspect, because if it's a metaverse, should there be any restrictions on what you can do inside of these? I done seen metaverses with strip clubs inside of them. So that's just a very, very slippery slope. I guess it is something to talk about. This is a conversation that does need to be had, so that way, all these things can be, hammered out in the beginning. So someone else says, it depends on the severity of the situations. We also need to know the process and who will be the judge of morality. That's a very good point right there. Someone else says, I prefer 3 warnings before bans, then 6 months or less. Sometimes mistakes happen unconsciously. That's a good point as well. So that's what everyone has to say. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section. Appreciate y'all opinion, and we are out.